The Oracle Network.
Some people are on there for really expensive.
Touched feet, and that was awkward.
Bare feet?
Was it?
No, I have socks on, so
Okay,
I'm Gucci.
It's fine if you didn't touch bare feet because
Right, that would have been even worse.
that'd be really weird. You guys both have like clammy feet.
Oh, grody.
Glad you're wearing socks.
Me too.
Oh, that was like one layer of cloth away from being really awkward.
Your foot would have just slipped off of mine.
That is funny.
Gross.
And hello.
Oh, hello. Welcome. I'm Abby.
And I'm Shawna.
And this is Anxious,
And Afraid.
the podcast. And I'm the one that does the really long episodes and reads books.
And I don't know what books are, and I try to do shorter episodes.
We're trying to introduce books to Shawna slowly. She's often scared, so
I'm telling you, it's not going to happen.
it's a process. Welcome. We like to talk about things that make us nervous and give us anxiety.
And sweaty feet.
Yep, lots of sweaty feet.
And sweaty hands.
Always sweaty hands.
Always.
So yeah, conspiracies, ghosts, murders.
All the fun stuff that we know you love.
So that's what you're here for.
Exactly.
So, Shawna, did you have anything this week that made you anxious or afraid?
Oh, sure. I'm sure you're very aware because we're both in charge.
We have the same answer today.
Today, yes. Today's going to be a long day for us, not only because we're recording, but our best friend, Jessie, as we mentioned before, is having a baby.
A baby.
A baby.
A baby
And
girl.
A baby girl.
Aww.
So cute. And we're throwing her a baby shower.
A baby shower.
It's happening on Sunday. We're in charge of the food, so we are going to be shopping after this.
Oh, good.
And that's just stressful. And we want to do a good job, of course. She's our best friend. She's the first one having a baby.
Yeah, she's the one I feel like we work the hardest to impress.
It's because she's the most trendy.
Yeah, she's trending. Girls got standards, so
For sure.
us schlubs have to live up to it. We're okay, what's the fanciest pastry?
What's the most Pinteresty thing we can do?
Yeah. So we got to make it sparkle and we got to make it look good.
Yeah, but we're also excited to experience that with her and see her. And
oh, super excited. And she has another best friend that's literally does party planning for a living.
Thank God. Thank God.
Dear God. I think we'd be so screwed without her. So we're
Mega
very
screwed.
thankful for Katie.
Thank you so much, Katie. Yes. But yeah, we got to set that up and all that stuff. But yeah, stressful and fun.
Yeah, it does give us anxiety, but I think we're all going to have a great time.
Right.
And I hope she gets all the things she needs.
Same. But then I'm also excited for it to be over at the same time.
Oh, very much for that. Yeah, because I've also tried to been making her a blanket, crocheting her a blanket, which is just taken forever with the wrist situation.
Oh yeah, I bet.
And I'm literally gonna try and finish it tonight.
Oh, see,
the
extra
shower's
stress.
tomorrow.
Oh my gosh.
God, what's wrong with me? We'll
I'm
see.
terrible, and I don't ever have a gift prepared, so I'm going to give it to her later.
Just give her a note. I owe you.
I owe you. Isn't the party enough? But no, I'm going to
give her the
something.
UPS tracking number.
Yeah, here, it's still coming. Yeah.
Well, yeah, so that's what's happening.
That's both of our answers, so that's what you guys get. Mm-hmm. I hope it goes well. By the time this comes out, it would have already happened.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's going to be amazing.
Yep. And maybe we'll tell you about it someday.
But not the next episode because we're recording 2 today.
Yeah, so that's another reason why today's a very long day.
Yeah. So you'll get an update later.
Later. Catch you later, skater. Shawna, don't you have something to talk about today?
Yes. I have a very interesting case for you. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about it.
Cool. I am interested.
All right. I'm just going to tell you the title I've given this.
Okay.
And this is The Curious Case of Gloria Ramirez.
Okay.
AKA the Toxic Lady.
Oh.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
Have you ever heard of this?
No.
Okay. Maybe you have once we get into it, but maybe not.
Toxic Britney Spears or a different kind?
Different kind of toxic.
Okay.
Also Free Britney.
Free Britney.
I'm really proud of her, by the way, though. She's finally speaking out.
I know. I've been following that. It's crazy.
On her Instagram. Yeah, now I follow her Instagram, and her Instagram's nuts.
And now she's like filing charges of abuse. And I'm just like,
Against her father.
go get it.
Go, girl. You fucking deserve it.
Empowered, go.
And that used to be like a conspiracy, but now it's all been proven. Like, she's finally opened up about it. So we're like, we fucking knew
Insane internet conspiracy turned real. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Crazy.
What a world we live in.
I know, right? Okay.
Anyway, Gloria. She's
Gloria.
toxic.
Not Brittany, but Gloria.
Yes.
Okay. So, Gloria Ramirez was just your average woman living in Riverside, California. She was happily married to her husband, and they shared 2 young children together.
Okay.
Many people would describe her as being a jokester and always brought joy to others around her.
Nice. That doesn't seem so toxic.
No, I'm sure she was a great lady.
Okay.
Tragically.
Oh.
We're getting right into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It's really
Gloria.
sad. That's sad. At the young age of, also this makes me very anxious, but she was only 31 years old. Sorry, Michael. But I'm also right behind you, so scary. But yeah, at the age of 31, just 6 weeks before her untimely death, she was diagnosed with a late stage of cervical cancer.
Oh, it's sad.
Very sad. But
Oh, 31? Cervical cancer?
I know, she has 2 young kids. Like,
jeez.
it can happen to anyone at any time.
Woof, that hit me. Oh, God, that could have... Oh, God.
Literally my age and not so long.
Ugh. Okay, sorry, continue. I'm just spiraling.
I know. Okay, so, but. There's a big capital but.
Oh.
Did she die of her cancer? That is the big question.
Oh.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, it's because she was only just diagnosed, right?
Right, but it was late stage, so.
Oh.
Well,
Well,
how fast cancers can
yeah.
take you. But it was about 8:15 p.m. on February 19th, 1994.
Okay.
When Gloria was rushed into the emergency room at the Riverside General Hospital via the ambulance.
The ambulance? And in America, that's like $10,000.
I know, it's so... don't even get me started. It makes me so mad. But, like, we literally have to, like, tell people don't call an ambulance because we can't afford it.
America.
Land of the free and
Poor.
Gosh, so... But I like calling it ambulance.
I like that you did that. I haven't heard that before.
Ever since I listened to a small clip of Comedy Bang Bang, the podcast, there's a character who says ambulance, and now I cannot not say it that way.
Ambulance.
Ambulance.
I love it.
Okay. Gloria was suffering from very short, shallow breaths. Her blood pressure was plummeting, and her heart rate was through the roof.
Oh, no.
These kinds of symptoms were pretty typical for the ER staff to face. Mm-hmm. But usually, patients with these severe symptoms would tend to be pretty elderly, not a 31-year-old woman.
Right.
So that's kind of strange.
Yeah.
Medical staff started working on Gloria right away, injecting her with all the usual fast-acting drugs in order to try to stabilize and sedate her. Mm-hmm. But for some odd reason, Gloria's body wasn't responding to any of it.
Weird. Mm-hmm. She wasn't being sedated?
No, she was like barely mumbling. Like, she can hardly get a breath out, but she was very incoherent, not making sense. Just awful final moments. But
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
yeah. When all efforts failed, the medical team decided it was time to try to use the electric defibrillator. Mm-hmm. When the staff cut her shirt open in order to do so, they noticed an unusual oily sheen that covered her body.
Okay.
Which reminds me of, like, is it Family Guy that has, like, the greased up guy?
That sounds familiar.
So she was oily.
Okay.
Odd. They also noted a very strange smell from what they assume was coming from her mouth. And it was a mixture of a garlicky smell paired with a sweet, fruity smell.
Oh.
Just not the combination.
Oh, that's a strange combination.
It's very weird.
Oh, God. Mm-hmm. What did she had to have ingested something, right? Okay, continue.
Like garlic toast and
Strawberries.
fruit of the loom.
Fruit of the Loom.
I'm thinking of like juicy fruit. That's what it's got.
Yeah,
That's funny.
she ate a pair of underwear.
Yes.
Okay, that's okay. Interesting.
Interesting. Very odd combo.
Yeah, these are weird symptoms.
Mm-hmm. Gets weirder. Then another nurse was preparing to take her blood. As soon as the blood was drawn, the nurse noticed that it was giving off an ammonia smell.
What?
Which is, like, blood is not supposed to smell like ammonia.
We talked about this in the Donner Party episode.
Did we?
I believe so. Because they had they had started like making, what is fingernail polish? Oh no, that was acetone.
Acetone.
Never mind.
Different.
This is different.
Yeah.
Ammonia. Okay.
Right.
Different chemical.
Right. But blood's not supposed to smell like that.
No, this is very strange.
Even if she was like taking chemo or like other drugs for her cancer, that would be a different chemical smell. It's not supposed to smell like specifically ammonia.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I don't really know anything about, what drugs they would be on for cancer and all that. So.
Right. Me neither. I don't know nothing. Another nurse, because there's so many people working at once on her at the same time, she handed the vial of blood. She handed the vial of blood, and she was handed the vial of blood. My goodness. And she described the blood having some weird manila-colored crystals or particles in it.
What?
Right? It just doesn't make any sense.
Oh my God, this is all so weird.
And if any of that wasn't strange enough, it gets even weirder again.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, so the nurse who was the first to draw blood from Gloria, she was the one who also noticed the ammonia smell. Mm-hmm. She started to complain that her face was burning. Uh-oh. And then she abruptly fainted.
Oh no.
She actually had to be escorted out of the room in a gurney herself.
Oh no, like this woman's blood is like a biological weapon now?
We don't know. But this starts a very strange domino effect.
Oh no. Like mass hysteria, like people just start dropping like flies, girl.
Yeah. Okay. The nurse who was handed the vial of blood all of a sudden started feeling very nauseated and lightheaded. Oh, no. She went to take a seat at the nurse's desk for a minute, but that didn't save her from slumping down and becoming the second nurse to have suddenly passed out.
Oh no.
She too was taken away in a gurney. She would also intermittently shake and also suffered from apnea.
Okay.
Which is irregular breathing, where you completely stop breathing in between breaths.
Okay.
Then there was a respiratory therapist that was in the ER room. And she was the third to suddenly collapse.
Third woman.
This is all happening very fast.
Wow. Okay.
She ended up quickly waking back up from hearing a scream. But when she did, she had no control of any of her limbs at all.
What? New symptom. Oh,
so
that's
weird.
So weird.
More and more staff complained of sudden strange symptoms and felt ill. And this is when the hospital declared an internal emergency and evacuated all ER patients to the outside parking lot.
Oh my God.
Can you imagine?
That's insane.
Very quickly.
How do you get a bunch of people out of a hospital outside?
Imagine the chaos.
Oh my God.
Just everyone scurrying everywhere and then trying to take patients outside.
Yeah, like sick people outside?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Lord.
Weird.
I'm stressed out just thinking about the logistics. No, thank you.
ER patients, no less. These people are having emergencies.
Yeah, like,
right.
How are you doing this?
Very true. They did keep a small skeleton crew behind to continue their efforts of trying to save Gloria.
Oh, sorry, guys.
Because skeletons can't smell, so that makes sense. They wouldn't be affected by the... Yeah.
There's no skin. There's no organs or anything.
Good one, Michael. That's really good.
Okay. Unfortunately, though, roughly 35 minutes since her arrival, Gloria Ramirez, age 31, was officially declared dead at 8:50 p.m.
Damn.
R.I.P. Gloria.
Damn, Gloria. It's so sad.
Yeah. Her body was then transferred into an isolation room by 2 staff members.
Yeah, they probably have like the suits on at this point. Like
starting to, yeah. Because they're like, what the heck is this?
Yeah.
Like, it seems to be all coming from Gloria.
Yeah, I would hazmat suit up.
Mm-hmm. And even though she was now dead, one of the 2 nurses moving her body began to impulsively vomit.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
She also experienced a burning sensation and also suffered apnea.
These are like medical professionals. You wouldn't think that they would be like, hysterical around.
No, like this is their everyday job.
They're
Like this
used
is
to
what they're
stress.
trained for.
Yeah.
And then they're having all of these crazy symptoms very fast.
Insane.
Get this. Out of the 37 ER staff members working that night, 23 of them experienced at least one odd symptom, seemingly because of being near Gloria's body.
Weird. Oh my God, this is weird. This is like my Blobs episode.
It is a very strange mystery. 5 of those 23, 5 of them actually had to stay hospitalized overnight.
Wow.
1 of those 5 ended up spending 10 days in the intensive care unit.
Oh my God. What happened?
I don't know. And then had to use crutches for months afterwards, since developing, I hope I say these things right. Also give me a break because medical terms, but a vascular necrosis.
That sounds right.
Thank you. I sound really smart.
So, like, does that mean their veins were deteriorating? Or
Kind of close. I'll explain. That is where the bones actually start to die due to lack of blood flow. And they got that in their knees.
Ooh.
That's why they had to use crutches.
Ooh.
So very intense
Yeah.
for some people. All the staff members in the parking lot ended up removing their clothing and placed them into bags in fear of possible toxic fumes in the air.
Yeah.
It wasn't until 11 p.m., about 2 hours after all this chaos, that the hazardous materials team arrived in full hazmat suits.
There we go.
There it is.
Yep.
And they were there to try and find any possible gas leaks in the ER area.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if they just immediately started doing testing on that lady because, like, wow, that's insane.
Right. However, the crew came out never finding anything located in the ER.
Okay.
So no poisonous gas was found in the location of the building, at least.
Wow. Okay.
Doctors ultimately concluded that Ramirez had died due to kidney failure caused by her cervical cancer. But still, why and how did so many medical staff members get affected by all of these weird symptoms?
Yeah, and why? What's the weird? The weird smell and like the crystals in her blood, and
It's very weird.
that's all weird stuff.
I'm going to let you ponder on that for a second. Take a break.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Weird, right? What about the medical staff?
Yep. What about him?
What about them? So the county ended up contacting California's Department of Health and Human Service, and they assigned 2 scientists to the case of the hospital staff.
Oh, good.
They ended up interviewing 34 of the crew working that night using some standardized questionnaire. Symptoms were so vast, it seemed as if the people with more severe symptoms ended up working directly on Gloria, and the staff with less severe symptoms ended up working at least 2 feet away from Gloria's body.
Okay.
Their survey found that those afflicted tended to be mostly women
Okay.
over the men, and everyone's blood test came back normal after their exposure.
Okay.
Which is very weird. So the
That is
department...
weird.
Yeah.
The hell?
Nothing in this story makes sense. So the department concluded that the hospital staff suffered from mass hysteria, like you called it.
Yeah, and it's usually women are more affected, I think, than men.
Yeah, but is that also sexist?
No, I don't think so.
No?
Maybe
Maybe a tinge of sexist?
I don't know if sexist is the right word. I think like physiologically, like women are just more in tune with
More
their
susceptible.
like emotions, right? So I don't know.
True. I
Or
don't
like
know.
more emotional. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Neither do I, and that's why do we talk? I don't know, but here we are telling the story. But that didn't go well, and the ER staff was offended. They were like, "Excuse me, we are ER staff, and we
yeah,
don't suffer from mass hysteria."
They're like, we are smart, educated people. Like we should know better than to like fall victim to it, because I'm sure they've learned about what mass hysteria is in school.
Right. And they like, yeah, they're under stress, but they like deal with different patients all the time. And this is like vastly different symptoms and just wild. It's just weird.
Okay. I'll save some comments for the end.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. So the nurse who happened to spend like roughly 2 weeks in intensive care tried to sue along with other staff members for $6 million.
Whoa.
She used her own medical history as proof that it was impossible that her vascular why am all of a sudden I can't say it, necrosis?
Yes.
Jesus. Could have been caused by mass hysteria. Like, it was impossible for that.
Oh, yeah. She actually had, I mean, some of them had actual like problems. Like, they were. Okay.
But somehow all of the lawsuits eventually got dropped. I don't know what happened. But they tried to sue because they were like,
Yeah. I mean, now they have hospital bills, I'm sure.
oh no, not fun. Okay.
Or do you get like free hospital stay if you work at the hospital?
Yeah, do you get a
Discount?
discount? An employee discount?
Oh, God. That's capitalism for you.
That is sad. Canada, help us.
Canada.
Jesus.
They're like, don't touch us. Get away.
No, I don't blame him. Okay. The Riverside coroner also conducted an autopsy, and this was about 6 days after Gloria's death. They took and tested samples of her blood and tissues and the air from her body, and nothing conclusive came out of it. So then the coroner turned and sought? Thank you. I knew that didn't sound right. They sought help from the Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory, and they ended up coming up with the most likely theory.
Okay.
It does make the most sense.
Oh, I'm ready to hear it.
So let me try to dumb it down and explain.
Okay.
So Livermore Labs ended up discovering abnormally large amounts of the compound oh God, help me. Dimethyl sulfone.
Sure.
In Gloria's autopsy samples. To explain this, they think Gloria might have used an old anti-inflammatory cream remedy that was once popular, I think either in the 70s and or 80s.
Huh.
But then it lost popularity because it wasn't.
It was a cream?
Yeah, it was more of a cream.
Okay.
And it was used by athletes to relieve pain.
Oh, like a what is that? The icy hot stuff, kind of, or like a.
Kind of, but like more dangerous.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean it is like the 70s.
Right.
Everything goes.
Right. A gel called DMSO, which is only sold in hardware stores at that point in the 90s.
Okay.
So I guess that was like the underground popular remedy used by cancer patients because it used to be used by athletes. What? But it was like a gel in hardware stores now.
Oh, that does not bode well for a medical use.
Seems weird.
Don't go to your hardware store for medical remedies, I don't think.
Advice from us. Yes.
As someone who worked at a hardware store, I don't think there was anything in there that would have cured cancer.
Right.
There's a lot of things in there that cause cancer. It says it right on the label.
For sure. Yeah. So the use of this gel would explain the oily sheen found on her skin. And people who have used this gel would also tend to have a garlicky type smell to them.
Oh, so that's where the garlic came from.
Possibly, but what about the fruit?
Where's that fruit?
What about Fruit of the Loom?
Where's the fruits of the looms?
The gel form found in hardware stores that had the DMSO was at a higher concentration than what was used by athletes in the cream form.
Oh.
So it was a little bit more intense.
So she went right to the source?
I guess.
Oh, well, I guess if it's what's sold in hardware stores, it probably would be more intense because it's
Makes sense.
I don't know what else it was used for, but
Hardware?
yeah, it doesn't even say.
I don't know. I just thought it was weird. Like, oh, you find this in hardware stores. I'm like, okay.
Sure. Yeah, but if it's being used as like, I don't know, maybe it's a cleaner or something, it would make sense that they would make it more powerful because it's not meant to be used on your skin.
Exactly. So maybe because it was more concentrated, that can explain the higher amounts found in her samples if she was using it. So DMSO is a compound that's only one oxygen molecule away from becoming the dimethyl sulfone, which is the actual compound found in her tissues.
Okay.
So yeah, maybe the oxygen that was administered by the paramedics.
I was going to say it was some kind of combination of like...
Maybe. So if that was the case and it combined,
like a chemical reaction?
right, and the high amounts of the DMSO would explain the... oh my God, I'm so bad. Why do I have to say this word so many times?
You're like, why did I do this to myself?
Why? I was so good at it earlier.
The other chemical. You already said it.
Yeah. I keep wanting to add an S in there, and there's no S. But dimethyl sulfone. So dimethyl sulfone
Here we go with this.
is also known to crystallize at room temperature.
Okay.
So that could explain the manila particles found in her blood.
Yes, that's making sense.
Some things are making sense. But that's only if like the oxygen actually did combine with the DMSO. So it's, yeah. So even if this is all the case so far, that alone shouldn't have affected the medical staff the way that they were affected.
Yeah, I was going to, like, does some kind of chemical... Well, I was thinking some kind of chemical reaction maybe would have happened, like, maybe once the blood became in contact with the air or whatever, and it produced some kind of, like, noxious gas, because it seemed like it was airborne.
Right.
If it was something like that, but...
But then the crystals were in the vial, so it wasn't...
Right, so it wasn't exposed to the air, but...
But at room temperature, I guess that's why it would make the crystals.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I am no doctor, and I am no scientist.
Me neither. And let me try to explain more things I don't understand.
Okay.
Well, maybe once the DMSO converted into the dimethyl sulfone, maybe the shocks from the electric defibrillator
Oh, okay. Yeah, I forgot about that.
could have then converted... I'm just going to say the sulfone now.
Okay.
Why didn't I think of that earlier?
Sounds like cell phone with like a weird accent. My cell phone.
So, yeah, maybe the sulfone then turned into the dimethyl sulfate. So that's different.
Okay.
So the sulfate is actually highly toxic.
Okay, this is what I was waiting for. I did fail chemistry, though.
I hated chemistry. It's my least favorite science.
So much.
I did not like it.
I think Michael liked it.
Oh, you're smart. So maybe that was how the staff was affected so fast.
Okay.
So that kind of makes sense. So it was like her body was full of this, like out of all of these circumstances, was then turned into a toxic gas, and then technically the people around her were being poisoned.
That's what I thought. Like, that's kind of what it seemed like.
Right. I mean, it does make the most sense. But this theory could never be fully confirmed officially. Gloria's family also claimed that she never used the DMSO gel, and other scientists thought it would be impossible for the toxic gas to actually form inside of her body.
I don't know. I mean, but would you tell your family if you were using that? I wouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, how much would they know? I don't know.
Because they'd be like, don't use that. That's from a hardware store.
Right?
Don't put that on your skin.
But
like, if you're desperate, maybe you would try anything.
Right. I mean, I bet cancer hurts.
I mean, yeah, she's young. I'm sure she, like, wanted to get, fight it however she could. But, like, I don't know.
Yeah. The California Department of Health and Human Service also pointed out that no poisons were actually found in Gloria's system. What is so baffling as well is that the paramedics working on Gloria in the ambulance, none of them ever experienced any weird symptoms. Just weird. Gloria's family thinks that the hospital is at fault that she died, saying that it's the hospital's history of poor conditions were to blame, and that they were trying to cover it all up. And it turns out that back in 1991 and 1993, which is just a year prior to Gloria's incident, they were found to have poisonous gas leaks.
Oh, no. What? What? In a hospital? That is the last thing you need in a hospital.
I know, right? And they also mysteriously lost the very important vial of blood drawn from Gloria. So, how are you not careful about that?
Yeah, that's where your conspiracies start. Mm-hmm. Those are conspiracy seeds. Mm-hmm. They're going to grow into a beautiful conspiracy tree.
Mm-hmm. Conspiracy tree. Others like to conspire that maybe the hospital or persons in the hospital maybe secretly had a drug operation for meth.
There's the conspiracy right there.
Breaking Bad style.
Oh boy, that can produce some gas or whatever.
I mean, that's toxic. And that somehow Gloria was accidentally given the meth, maybe through IV or something, because they were hiding it in the IV bags or something.
Oh, jeez, that doesn't sound right. That can't be real.
I don't know. There was like a reason of like, oh, well, there's an ingredient in the hospital bags that if you mix it with this, it turns into meth, and that's why whatever. But again, people like to conspire.
Whatever. I don't know anything about medical medicine. I don't know why I'm trying.
Right?
I was like, I thought those had saline in them. But I guess it depends on what bag what you're doing with it, I guess.
Maybe it wasn't even a bag. But they also think that this is possibly true because Riverside, California was one of the largest distribution areas for meth in the U.S. at that time. I don't know if it is now.
That's us now.
And I guess meth tends to have the ammonia smell to it.
Yeah, that's right. It smells like cat pee.
I get it now.
Yeah. That's ammonia. It's the cat pee smell.
Yep.
Oh.
So maybe that's why, which is kind of interesting that they kind of plugged some things together there because no one can explain the ammonia smell.
Yeah. I lived near a meth house once. Meth trailer.
Oh, no.
It kind of, I remember it got raided.
Oh, my gosh. Drama.
Yeah, I was young, but I was like, oh.
Oh my gosh, you got some stories.
Yeah.
Okay, so this case obviously became a media frenzy at the time and was considered the most baffling case in local history. By the end of it all, medical detectives from 10 different local, state, and even federal forensic departments ended up investigating the case.
Okay.
But since nothing has ever been confirmed, people love to theorize over this medical mystery.
I mean, it is just bonkers. Okay, well, let's theorize that it was mass hysteria. But what triggered it? Like the weird smell, maybe? Maybe she
they
just
say that the smells can be a trigger.
Maybe there was like so much weird shit going on that she was looking at that all of a sudden she's like, this must be some kind of poison, and then just like her body took over. And she reacted, and then everyone else was like, yeah, this is weird shit, and then they reacted too. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't want to say it's not mass hysteria, though. I don't buy it.
You're not going for mass hysteria?
No, I'm going to go with what the laboratory thinks, and I think she maybe was using the DMSO, and then all the wrong factors were aligning, unfortunately, for it to turn into a toxic gas.
I wonder if it's like a little of both. Like the people who were the closest got the sickest, right? And then maybe other people started reacting in a like mass hysteria fashion and got the same symptoms, but maybe the people closest actually did get sick.
Yeah. It's weird. Especially so fast acting.
Yeah. And just the fact that it's on medical people, like that's the other thing.
That's what's weird too.
Yeah, you'd think that they would just be, not immune to it, but not so quickly prone to it. I don't know.
Right.
Because it happens so fast.
And I do believe I read that the hospital ended up closing like a year or so after this happened.
Shady.
I don't think they got good rep.
Oh.
So,
well, yeah,
interesting.
That would do it.
Especially if they are known for having toxic gas leaks.
Yeah, that's what you're known for. It's not good.
No.
Well, thanks for, was that it?
That is it, y'all.
Dang. Sorry, Gloria, that's awful.
I know. I feel like, first of all, sad that she's dubbed the toxic lady.
Yeah, that's a terrible moniker.
It's very sad.
I wouldn't want that. Why does that have to be my nickname?
Thanks, media.
How about Knock 'em Dead Gloria?
That's better. Sounds a little bit more badass.
I'll take that.
Yeah. I feel like she gets kind of forgotten because her death was just so
kind of like sensationalized.
Crazy and odd.
Yeah, because the focus wasn't really on her anymore. It was on all the people that got sick.
Yeah. So
That's really
sad.
sad.
Sad for Gloria
Yeah.
and her family.
That's wild, though. Wild
Isn't
case.
that weird?
Yeah, I love those.
Nurses just dropping like flies.
Oh, man. I bet people that... I know there's some people that are more educated than us that tell us your theories.
Sure, please. We'd love to hear from you guys all the time.
Yeah. Some of you were good at chemistry.
Not us.
Yeah. We don't ask us about chemistry or geography.
Exactly.
We don't know where we are. And we don't know what anything's made of. Cool. What else?
Is it that time?
City of the week?
It's time for City of the Week.
And this week it's Appleton, Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Hey, Wisconsin.
What?
Earlier I said I bet they like cheese with that Appleton.
That's
Because
right.
Wisconsin likes that cheese.
Wisconsin cheese.
They're known for cheese.
Thanks, Wisconsin.
And we love cheese here at Anxious and Afraid.
Oh, hell yeah.
Big fans. Big fans of you, Wisconsin.
Thank you so much for listening.
Thanks for
We
listening.
appreciate you.
So much. What else?
We got some shout outs I think we should do.
We do. We have like a new cool fan.
We have a new cool fan. Her Instagram, I don't know if this is her real name or not, but it's Ella.
Ella.
Hi, Ella. She's been messaging us a couple of times, talking about like theories of like the Dyatlov Pass episode and
She had a lot of
radiation.
cool stuff to say about radiation.
Loved hearing about it. It was really cool. So
Really cool.
she was just like, "Oh, I'm so far behind. I'm sorry I'm even saying anything." I'm like, "No, it doesn't. I don't care. I love hearing
We
this."
seriously love hearing from you guys. It makes our day because I'm like, someone's listening.
Oh, and they care.
And she's telling her friends.
She was telling her friends.
You guys be like Ella and tell all your friends.
Yeah, and I think they're in Arizona.
Yeah, Arizona. So I think that's
So-
why our Arizona numbers were so pumped.
That's what I was thinking
Yeah.
too, which is awesome. So thank you, Ella. That we like super appreciate you.
Yeah.
Eventually, when you reach this episode,
I know. Should we tell her? Be like, can you skip ahead
Can you just
50 episodes and we said something for you?
right?
But yeah. Hey, girl. Thank you.
Thank you,
And of course, our beautiful friend Jess.
Jessica. Yes, we have another Jessica who we love.
I know. How do we distinguish? We know so many Jessicas.
I know Jessica N. I don't know if she wants us to say her name,
Yeah.
but she recommended us like on her Facebook, and she's been nothing but like sweet words. Like she makes me blush. I'm like, how are you so nice? I don't understand how cool you are.
I know. Marry me.
Right? She's so cool. So thank you. We really appreciate you too,
Yeah.
and everyone who supports our show.
Yeah. Even if you're too scared to say hi, that's fine. We still love you from afar.
It's like you're anxious or afraid or something.
I know.
And
Of
it's
us?
fine.
It's fine. We are the least scary people to talk to.
Yeah,
We're.
I hope so.
Yeah. Don't know how to be more down to earth than belching into the microphone.
Right.
Yeah. Shawna, do you have anything you're watching or listening to you want to recommend? I don't.
Sure, I'll just mention like something or a show that me and Chad have kind of started. I love me some pulp culture and pulp culture documentaries.
Pop culture or
Yeah.
pulp? Okay.
Pop culture.
I thought you were saying like pulp
no,
culture.
pop culture.
Okay.
Pup culture.
Pop
Dogs.
culture.
She loves dogs.
I'm highly into pop culture.
No, you're not.
I love pop culture.
Do you? Oh, right,
That's
okay.
dogs. Pop culture.
Oh, I see. See, I can't
Pop-
hear you.
Pop.
I enjoy popcorn.
Eh?
No.
Popcorn? No, yes, it is. I am known for being fairly ignorant when it comes to pop culture.
And I feel like I've always been all about it.
Yeah, that's one of the things we are opposite in.
And so it's this new series on Netflix, and it's called This Is Pop, and it's pretty much going into like how pop music came to be, and like the different genres mixed with pop music, like R&B and country.
Okay, well, I might like that because I love music.
Exactly, and it's kind of nostalgic because it's a lot of the 80s and 90s. They talk about ABBA, they talk about the boy bands,
Okay.
they talk about auto-tune.
Well, oh God.
Like how it was invented, and like then they bring up the Cher song and how it made it the best
Oh
ever.
my God, yes. Oh, I love me some Cher.
Oh, so good. And so me and Chad have been loving that because it's really well done, and the way it's edited is really cool.
Okay.
And they have some good interviewers, like people in bands and stuff. So
Love that.
I love that kind of stuff. I think also CNN is also doing like the history of sitcoms. I haven't started it yet, but I'm recording it.
Okay.
So again, like pop culture, that's pop culture, right? Like
Yeah.
sitcoms and the late night and like the music. It's what I
think
love.
so. Is that what you would call it, Michael?
Like media.
It's a part of the zeitgeist.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Dropping words like zeitgeist over there. The ones he does say, they're smart words, people.
He does say smart words.
Every once in a while.
But yeah, maybe give that a try because it's really fun.
Okay, I like
Nostalgic.
that. I do. I mean, I like, older music, so I probably would really enjoy that.
I think it's cool. It's pretty fun.
Cool.
That's what I recommend.
Thanks for that recommendation.
You're welcome.
I don't have anything else to say.
Nope. Let's just pray the baby shower goes fine.
Okay, here I am praying.
Here I am praying. All right. Well, thank you for listening, and we appreciate you. And everyone, have a good night.
See you next time.
Bye.
All right. My creds are Wikipedia.com, allthat'sinteresting.com, discovermagazine.com, BuzzFeed, Unsolved, Wiki. Music is by Broke for Free and Matt Edwards, and we're edited by Michael.
All right, you guys, you know the drill. All right, Anxious and Afraid the Pod is our handle for both our Facebook page and the group, along with our Instagram and Gmail.
We're also on Twitter at AA the Pod.
You can support us at patreon.com/anxious and afraid. You get some cool perks, ad-free episodes. You get a release a day early. You get a sticker. You get a shout out.
We also have some cute, fun merch if you're interested in that. I always recommend buying a size up in men's. And you can find all of that listed in our episode notes and our website, which is really cute. And that's anxiousandafraid.com. Check it out.
You can also support us for free by leaving a rate and review. And please subscribe and tell your friends.
Anxious and Afraid is partnered with the Oracle Network.